What's going on, everybody? This is Clark Beckham, your host of the Idol Breakdown, former runner-up of American Idol. And we have the second half of the top 24 here. And also, at the end of this episode, I'm going to be giving you my predictions for who is going home. Let's start with John.
Operator, won't you put me on through? Gonna send my love down to Baton Rouge. Hurry up.
John has told something that for most singer, guitar player guys is a terrifying thing to be told. Maybe their greatest fear, which is lose the guitar. Because when you start to play and you start to sing, you don't really stop. You just always play and sing. Because when you're starting out, there's not a backing track around or a band as much as there's just you and your guitar. And it's cool to play guitar and sing. And then you're told to stop. Well, he's probably not had a lot of experience doing that. However, I can't tell because he actually looks supernatural when he just pulls the guitar around his back. Now, maybe there's a sense of comfortability because it's still on his person. But I thought he was great here. As a great kickoff for the show. Up-tempo. He's one of the more professional contestants of the season just because he's uber consistent. He never really travels outside of himself. You can tell, at least it looks like, there is zero insecurity when he is singing. He knows who he is, and he goes for it, and he does it at a very, very high level. Desmond.
When I see you on the when you stand,
Get it.
then in the crowd.
Hey. Desmond is one of my favorite songs of all time by my favorite artist of all time, and it's an opinion, but I feel like it's the right one. Stevie Wonder is the greatest artist of all time, and he does Do I Do. What's great about this is the producers and everybody in Hawaii, and like because of the environment, and everybody wants the up-tempo stuff. But a lot of times, like you've heard me say before, up-tempo doesn't suit to just amazing singers as much as ballads typically do. But Stevie Wonder stuff, of course, does, because it's incredibly musical, and the band is killing it. That lick that he ends up scatting himself is really, really, really difficult. The accuracy that he showed there, not just accuracy, but to even know what the notes are, because they're so fast and so complicated and so groovy, and he nails it. I've actually gotten to talk to Desmond a little bit, and he is a musical guy, like knowledge-wise. He knows his stuff. He was talking to me about key changes and using terms. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, way over my head. Dude's really, really smart. The top of his range did feel a little shaky to me. And it reminded me of what Josh Groban said to Desmond, which is when you find yourself going to those top notes, make sure you're staying in the place that you feel like you've got the reins, like you've got full control. Which is great because, yeah, you can flip up there and hit some stuff, but the accuracy and the tone can get a little shaky. Instead, keep everything here and centered where you feel, like Josh Groban said, you've got the reins. That's really my only note on this. I give this performance like an 8 or 9 out of 10. Big, big fan of this. Next, we've got Drew.
Damn cold night, trying to figure out this life.
Drew is another pro. Drew is someone who comes up and you can tell she's done this before. She's got a powerful voice. Something Josh Groban says again, this dude is dropping gems. He says sometimes a powerful voice with runs can be a shield from the intimacy and the soft stuff. You can impress people with runs and big notes, and then people will applaud and be like, wow, you're great. But it can keep you from really diving into the emotion of a song because you don't need to get a loud applause. And so it can be a shield from going there. Someone who can't do big runs and big notes has to go there because that's the only place for them to go. The irony is that's really the only place for any of us to go, ideally, is that place. And so he brings up a great point. Drew does a great job of taking the note and really getting into the soft, sweet stuff. Picks a good song, beautiful melody, I really don't have a lot to say. It's kind of like what Luke said. He's like, I didn't really find myself judging anything. I was just enjoying the performance. Kanan. Ugh. Oh my. Jeez. At first, I was thinking, okay, doesn't feel like there's going to be a lot of dynamic range here. It just feels like we're coming in at an 8 out of 10 on the intensity scale, and I guess we're just going to stay here the whole time and not move around. And then the last third, holy crap. Holy cow. Fantastic stuff. The arrangement was great. He was fantastic. He looked a little sad. Like, I feel like I could tell that he was less than himself, like mentally just in a gloomy mood. I think he was under the weather a little bit. He had some allergies and stuff. I could visibly see that on him. Audibly, I mean, that's my favorite performance probably of his. I mean, that's the first time that I've really lost my mind at the song, especially that last third. So that's just, and he's 17, but he's a super pro. Like, he's been doing this his whole life. Got to just lighten that up a little bit. If you're feeling a little lousy, don't let us know, because vocally, it was incredible. Really, really good. Philo. Ugh. Dang. And since you've been away, love is oh so lonely. Dang it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Philo picked a great song. And this song is very stunt-y. It's very like easy to fall into the how many runs can I do, how high can I sing, acrobatic vocal stuff. And he did a great job of really grinding into these notes and laying back into the pocket and really kind of crooning this soulful song, showing us his range, showing us his tone. He did a couple runs still that were just I didn't feel connected to at all. It was a whoa kind of a run, like wow, look at that, instead of a yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know when someone does a run, like when Colby was doing the that little thing, it's just like, oh, let's go. But then there's some runs that are like, and I'm like, okay, all right, okay, cool. Oh, okay, yeah, that's great. But there's no connection there, you know what I mean? And most of his runs had it, and most of the song was all of that. And there'd be one, and I'm like, I feel like you didn't really think about that one, or you didn't feel that one. I feel like you were thinking, here's a crazy run, instead of, girl, who is loving you? Will they love you as good as I will? That's where runs need to come from, is the raw emotion of the song. And he's doing better. He's doing a lot better. I think it is great for him that American Idol is really highlighting his relationship with his mom and how sweet and wonderful his mom is. And we're kind of seeing, I mean, not kind of, fully seeing his mom start to give him her blessing on this career. Because remember, in the auditions, she was like, I don't want him to be here. I don't really want him to do any of this, and I'm terrified for him. Paraphrasing, of course, but that's the vibe that she was giving off and kind of the story that was being told. And now it seems like she's releasing him to do this, and she's proud of him, and she's seeing him in Hollywood, and then seeing him in Hawaii, and he's killing it, and he looks great on stage too. He's has his eyes open, he's performing, he does not look like a fish out of water. He looks like he is where he belongs. And when a mother sees her son right where he belongs, doing what he was made to do, just nothing better than that. And we're seeing that. And that is great for Philo. It's also great for his votes, because you vote for people who you fall in love with. Them doing well, vocally, musically, will totally help you fall in love with them. But when you feel like you know them and you have context, personality context, and you're really rooting for them, the person, that's what really drives people to vote. And I think we have the best of everything with Philo in that case. Also, the best of everything for this video would be for you to like it and subscribe. And even if you really want to go wild, set up the notification bell where you get notified when I post these videos. Of the three, though, I've learned that subscription is actually the best thing, to subscribe. It costs you nothing. You're not obligated to anything. I don't think you get any emails. It's just the number one metric that makes YouTube go, all right, let's push this guy's content more to other suggested feeds because people are subscribing. So that would be sweet. Kiana.
I don't wanna be the same.
There was a little bit of an editing flub that I saw where it revealed to me that they are editing these performances. And what I mean by editing is they're cutting, kind of chopping them up a little bit. I think it's okay. I don't think it's a big deal. But it's interesting that we're not seeing necessarily the full arrangement of everyone singing, because she was doing the verse and then she was going to say that line again, like go into the second half of the verse. And the camera was on her family and their mics were on because you could hear them going like, oh, wow, gee golly, or whatever. And then you could hear in the background, picking up on their microphone, her starting to sing the rest of the verse. But her mic, the audio that we heard that they edited, was the chorus, went straight into the chorus, if you follow me. So we can tell that they are cutting around a little bit, which again, I don't have a problem with. It's just something I noticed that was interesting. Kiana has this wonderful, beautiful presence about her that influences the room, the atmosphere, a square 100 feet of wherever she is. Just when you see her, she's beautiful herself, but the vibe she brings, because she's so relaxed and confident and loves the music that she's singing and loves where she is. And there's just something about it that just exudes beauty and it just feels great. She's singing every note that needs to be sung, doing everything that she needs. And it just feels really good when she sings, and watching her perform. She really brings something that a lot of contestants don't. A lot of people that I've seen in my life don't. And it's really unique. Really cool. I'm a little worried about her because we did not see her very much since her audition. And she's right in the middle of the pack, which is not the worst place to be, but it's really not a good place to be. Number 6 out of 12. Yeah. So she makes me really nervous as far as maybe she might be going home. I hope not, but she's kind of on my, oh, please make it, don't go home yet list. Olivier.
I know I can't be the only one who's holding on.
Olivier is our rocker, and he's the only rocker, and he's doing a really great job of it. It's really just going to come down to, is that what American Idol voters want to vote for? Period. If he gets sent home, it will not be an indictment on him. It will just be, oh, American Idol voters aren't into the rock thing this year. Because he's given everything that you would want. Great story, seems like a great kid. People have fallen in love with him. I love what Josh said. He said, your bravery, or maybe it was Jelly Roll. He said, your bravery is bigger than this. Your bravery and what you've done, where you come from, is so much bigger than this show, than anything that is going on here in Hawaii. And I love that. Jelly Roll and Josh Groban are murdering. They are so good at this job. Grayson.
But it's over, and you're driving me home, and it kinda comes out as I get up to go.
Sings a Lizzie McAlpine song. Great song. She really gets that soft ballad that producers typically hate. But they'll let one or two people do it, just as long as it's not everybody, and she does one. And I think it really helped her out because it started beautifully and it ended beautifully. And everything in the middle was good. But the start and the end, the two most important parts, were really fabulous. I thought she moved gracefully on stage. She really embodied the feeling of the song. Eye contact was great. When her eyes are open, I agree with Jelly Roll. Like, just keep them open the whole time. It's also, for those of you who have not performed and actually felt the difference between eyes open and eyes closed, it's actually really hard, because when your eyes are closed, you don't have to think about other people and them looking at you or what you look like. You kind of go back to you singing in your room by yourself, and you're just listening. You're just hearing what's going on. You're hearing yourself. You can focus. Soon as your eyes open, there is a flood of potential distractions coming at you. How many people are there? Do they look interested? Am I looking around right? Where's the camera? What are the judges thinking? Man, this is a beautiful scene. Look at the waves. Oh, look at those people who don't even know that I'm here. All these things happen. All these obstacles come up mentally when you open your eyes. However, all these beautiful diamonds come out too when you open your eyes, because you're starting to relate, and the focus is tough, but boy, does it pay off. And when she opens her eyes, it does pay off. But I just want you guys to know, as viewers, it is not just as easy as this versus this. A host of things come along when your eyes are open. Josh King.
I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind.
Josh is going for it. Doesn't have a piano. This is what impressed me with Josh. Like I was saying with John, when you grow up playing and singing, accompanying yourself, it's kind of that's what you're used to. You're kind of stuck to that. I was that way for sure. I hated not having an instrument when I was on Idol. Still to this day, I don't really feel comfortable without an instrument in my hand. But Josh doesn't have that problem. He is a world-class piano player and harmonica player, and he doesn't mind just not having it and taking the straight stand and dragging it all over the stage and dancing and going for it. Like the duet with Mikey when he was leaning on him and snapping and just like vibing. That stuff I am jealous of, because he is killing it, and that is not common and it's not easy to do. But maybe no one told him that it's hard. Maybe no one told him that it's uncomfortable. He just did it. He just saw people that did it and was like, yeah, I like that. I want to do it. And he's going for it. The harmonica solo was disgusting, by the way. The way that he bends and hangs on those notes as they just drag up and up and up and reaches their destination of harmonic, melodic glory is so soulful and so tasty. I do think, so it was a great performance. I am pretty confident it did not translate on television like it did in Hawaii. It's one of those where you had to be there to really receive everything that happened with the full band and the energy of the beach, of the island. Still, really, really great stuff. And I think they're showing, and he's showing, his personality well. And that's authentically him. Really, that's the only way to do it. When you're showing your personality, it has to be your authentic personality, or it doesn't work. And that's what we're getting from him. I feel good about Josh. Maddie. At the top of this, I felt like she was kind of separated from the beat. I kind of made that like analogy with Amanda a couple weeks ago, but like if this is the grid of the song and you need to be locked in, she just felt kind of like up here and just not locked into it, kind of separated from the beat and the pattern of the song. Someone in the Groove Crew in the live Q&A asked, isn't that just singing like in pocket? When someone's singing in pocket, that means they're singing just behind the beat. So in a way it's described similar, but it's not the same, because when someone is singing in the pocket and they're doing it right, it feels incredibly rhythmic. And you can't help but like move your body, and it feels awesome. This felt, to me, it felt disconnected at the top. The arrangement in the mix was a little funky too. The arrangement was very like electronic, and the mix compared to just like full on non-synthetic instruments like the drums, the guitar, the bass, the keys, the organ, all that, versus like 808s and electronic hi-hats. It just didn't come through the TV super well. Her singing was good, as it always is. It got better as she went on. It felt like there might have been a process of getting settled in the beginning. She does still gets hung up a little bit on the top notes where she is kind of bending up to them and doesn't quite get all the way up. So really, all you have to do there, it's purely a mental thing. It's a very easy and quick fix. If you just think of, like, if this is the note and you're right here and you're trying to reach this note to hit it, instead of thinking of coming up to touch the note, think of coming from above and resting on top of it, but sitting right on top instead of coming from here to touch it. If that makes sense. If you're a singer and you try that, it works just like that. So it's a very easy fix. That's all she needs there. I am a vocal coach. I like coaching singers to sing better, and that's where a lot of these critiques come from. It's just from my head as being a vocal coach. I'm not accepting any one-on-one lessons right now, but I do have online courses that go over the basics and then a bunch of run stuff. Singing runs is so much easier than you think. And I decided to make a course to show you and to prove to you. So I've got Vocal Foundations, which covers like 4 or 5 basic things that I've found most singers don't know about and don't do. Things that will instantly make your voice better. And then runs, just to prove to you that they're actually way easier. If you just know how to practice them, 3 or 4 days, you'll be slaying some runs. And if you try these courses and you're like, yeah, I already knew all that, or, yep, it's been 3 or 4 days and I'm not doing runs at all, just let me know and I'll give you your money back, okay? Thunderstorm.
This love, is this love, is this love? Love it, I'm feeling. Is this love, is this love?
Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, talk about singing in pocket. Talk about singing emotionally and dynamically. The way he draws us in when he gets really loud and then just takes it all the way back. Golly. You can see the judges, they're just like, like they're literally shuddering, as am I. When he does this well, man, he places things so well. And when he sings, there is not a single bit of insecurity anywhere to be found in him. At least that's what it feels like. It feels like he is just fully emotionally present and all the way fully submerged in the stream, in the river of creativity, and he's just giving himself to it. And then we just jump in with him. His runs are few and they're not super complicated, but boy, are they tasty and do they hit like a sledgehammer. When he decides to give it to us, oh my gosh. He's probably the most emotionally evoking person on the season, which is wild because we have a lot of phenomenal, wild, incredible singers that can sing higher and do more runs than Thunderstorm can, or at least more than he's shown us. And yet, for me, by far, he's the person that has provoked the most emotion from me. He's provocative. He's a provocative singer. He just oozes, I have nothing to prove. And that is so fun to watch. I'm also revealing my new top 12. Just my personal favorite top 12. And we have movements. And he's moved. Last we have Amanda. Sing. Oh. She sings Define Gravity, which is the song that I reacted to. Of her. She has a YouTube cover of this, and it's fire. I was thinking, is this just going to be kind of a copy and paste? Because if it is, if I just get the same performance that I saw on YouTube, can't wait. Sign me up for that. However, this was like 25-30% more like mean. There's some like anger in there, like some extra grasp and growl and intensity, and I was freaking here for it. I was loving those last notes, especially. Oh my gosh, the final, we're all waiting for it. Like, we were all waiting, like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And it stopped. She hit a note. I'm like, that's not it. She hit another one. I'm like, that's not it. And then she hit a big one. I was like, is it not this song? And then boom, she hit it. And it wasn't like what we're used to. It was mean. So sign me up for more of that, please. She gets the pimp spot. It's the best spot you can be in, which is last, before everyone stops, gets their phone, and starts voting. Hard to forget. And I think she's in very good shape to keep going. Okay, here are the people that I am worried about. These are the people that I predict are going home. These are not the people I think should go home. They're not the people that I want to go home. They are just, if I was a betting man and I had to put money on who I think American Idol voters are going to sit through and who they're not, these are the people that if I had to pick, I think are in the most danger. That's the best way to say it. These are the people that I think are in the most danger. I am worried about Penny because we saw not very much of her in Hollywood Week, and she killed it in the duets with Grayson, and then she killed it here, but I think she was second, which is second or third is the worst spot to go. She did great, but there are so many people who I feel like America feels like they know better and are connected to more. And also, this top 24, like pretty much any one of them, I feel like could win another season. And they're all on the same season. So someone's got to go. And it feels like no one deserves to go. But I feel like she's in the most danger because of those circumstances. Really, I'm thinking about not just with her, but with everybody, how I'm kind of doing my prediction is, number one, how much have we seen of you and how much of an opportunity have we gotten to fall in love with you? Two, what order were you in the show? And then three, how do I feel like America would connect to you and what you're doing? The other person that I'm worried about is Bailey. I just think he didn't really grasp what he's really good at and lean into that strength. It felt like he had a song that did not cater to his strengths at all for duets, which is the last thing we saw of him. It felt like his partner was like, this is what I'm good at, and you're a singer, so let's do it. And then this one, it felt like, oh, no. Please, I hope he didn't fall into that trap where the producers are like, up-tempo, exciting. And he's like, how about happy? And they're like, yeah. Because in my opinion, it doesn't feel like his thing. The thing that he's good at. The thing he's good at is emoting and making us all cry and feel connected to him. And that's not what Happy did. And I am not happy to say I think he might be done with the show. I hope not. That's my prediction. The two from this episode, I think Grayson is in trouble. Same reason as Penny. She didn't get put in a great spot in the show. We did not see her very much in Hollywood Week. I thought she did great, though. I thought her duet was awesome. I thought this was great, too. For Grayson and Penny both, if they do get cut, I think they should... I can't imagine them being more proud of how they exited the show with two monster performances. And then finally, Kiana. Pretty much the same reason. These are the people that I feel like we've gotten the least of during Hollywood Week and didn't have great positions in this show. I just love Kiana. I do. And I really hope she continues, but she's the one I'm the most nervous for. My new top 12. May I tell you? Okay, we have a new number one. I just can't ignore what Thunderstorm does to me when he sings and plays, and just how open he is and how inviting he is and the way that he's singing. I can't ignore it. So he actually is my new number one. Che is right underneath him. They're almost interchangeable. It's like 1A, 1B. They might go back and forth every single week. Who knows? Number three for me, again, this is just my personal preferences. This is not who I think is best. These are not the best singers per se. They are not who I think are going to win. These are just my personal preferences, my faves. Number 3 for me is a riser. He's number 5 last week. Number 3 is Philo. I think he's really stepping into it. This is the first time we've actually listened to Philo unedited. Well, maybe there was a little bit of an edit, but the most where we could get a full picture of how does he actually approach a full arrangement of a song. And I think he's really stepping into his own. Number 4 is Jamal. Still love Jamal. I think he offers a lot and connects well. And maybe my favorite performance of the season is still what he did in Hollywood Week. My heart won't say goodbye. My heart won't let me say goodbye. Whatever that song is. Kanan, big riser. And I think it was just, for me, it was just me going, okay, you can't ignore that this is one of the best singers maybe you've ever heard ever. You just can't. And now he's really starting to execute and put together some great arrangements. And so I just decided this is where he is. Instead of 10, he's 5, which a lot of you are still going to be like, what? Which I would totally understand. But that's just where he's at for me. And then we've got Amanda Barise, who's risen up a bit. I think she's really stepping in to what she does best, and things are clicking. It's so crazy to me that these people aren't like number 1. All of them feel like a top 3 favorite type person. But we've got Isaiah, Simone Silk here underneath Amanda. And then we've got Maddie. And then we have Josh King. I can't wait for him to start playing piano again. And then Brianna Nix. I can't believe she's so low, but it's just a stacked season. All of these people, all 12 of these people, I would be thrilled if they won. And if they won, I'd be like, yeah, that makes total sense to me. And they deserve it. Number 11 and 12 are new. And it's really hard for me because I just can't imagine not having Slater and Zaylee in there. But I also can't imagine not having Victor in there. Victor's number 11 for me. I just want to watch this dude all the time. The way that he performs, the way he goes for it. He's a great singer and the dance moves. And he's just entertaining. I just want to watch him. So he's at a number 11. And 12 is Desmond. I'm excited to see if he shows some of his musical chops. More than just his beatboxing and scatting and incredible singing. But it's great that he's getting plugged in. And now that he has the ability to really take some songs and arrange them and give us a full performance, I cannot wait. That rounds up my personal favorite top 12 as of today. Could change tomorrow, probably will. And I'll let you know. If you're watching this as a premiere, you can go to the live stream Q&A by clicking the link that I have just put in the chat. Here's how live Q&A works. It's 15 minutes. You can ask me as many questions as you want, but they have to be on a super chat. If it's a super chat, I will answer it. If you're a member, which is only $5 a month, you can ask as many questions as you want and I'll answer them for free. So if you have questions, if you have one or more than one questions, you might just consider doing the $5 a month so you can just ask as many questions as you want instead of a super chat where you have to spend individual questions every single time. It's up to you. Okay, we're gonna see our cuts and we're gonna keep going. It's gonna be a 3-hour special, and it's gonna be a big old faith-based Easter celebration, which I have interesting thoughts about. I don't know. I'm just a little concerned about our non-Christian contestants. I almost feel like it's kind of pushing a religion on them that they don't necessarily agree with. Now, it's a religion that I agree with, and maybe most of the contestants agree with. It seems like a very Christian season, but still, like, I'm trying to imagine if I was in their shoes and people were forcing me to sing something that went against what I believed. I can tell you that I would have a problem with it. So I just hope, I get it. I feel like Idol's been leaning into this new demographic, that they are not new demographic, but realizing that their demographic is very much Southern Bible Belt Christian families. And they're seeing like, oh, look, most of our contestants are singing Christian songs and it's Easter. And we have CeCe Winans and Ronan that are doing like duo stuff. It just seems too perfect. So I get it. But I just hope the other contestants are okay that aren't Christians. I don't know. Just something to think about. Okay. I think that's all. I don't know if I've said goodbye yet, but if I haven't, all right, I'll see you guys next week.